Hi, in this video we are going to practice consonant sounds and punctuation in English, and we are going to do that while we read a synopsis of a play script. So first, I would like to ask you, do you know the story of Cinderella? Do you? Who were the main characters? Cinderella, the prince, her sisters, her mother, yes. How does the story end? As usual, they live happily ever after. Remember? If you don't know, why don't you research who Cinderella is and then we continue. All right? If you need to pause my video, complete the activity, and I'll see you in a moment. Great. I hope that you have the answers to the questions. And with that, you're ready to read the following synopsis of a play script. The name of the script is All in the Mind by Angie Hodges. Let's read it together. It says, we all know that Cinderella went to a ball, means a party, lost a shoe, oh yes, she lost a shoe, was found, they found the shoe, married her prince, yes, and lived happily ever after, right? Okay, that's what we know about Cinderella. But have you ever wondered, so have you asked yourself, what happened to the ugly sisters after Cinderella got married? We never think about that. Did they have the same fate? It means that they had the same destiny. And did they regret everything they did? Means that they felt sorry for everything that they did? We don't know. Or have you thought about that? Well, this play explains that in fact, Cinderella promised her father on his deathbed, means that Cinderella made a promise to her father when he was about to die. I will bring them to live with me at the castle. Oh boy. She brought her sisters to live with her in the castle with her husband. It says here, big mistake. That's why Prince Charles wonders if perhaps her fairy godmother might be able to help in the most hilarious everyday situations. All right, so this is a good story. What is that? I think that's comedy. Don't you think? Yes. All right. Let's answer these questions to make sure that we understand what's going on. What happened to Cinderella's sisters after she married? What happened? It looks like they went to live with Cinderella and the prince at the castle. Good. Who could help the prince? So poor prince. Who can help him? The fairy godmother. Yes. All right. Very good. Thank you very much for reading that with me and for answering those questions. With that story, let's focus on some aspects that I told you we would talk about. The first one is punctuation in English. I have some samples from the story. We have here a question. Did they have the same fate? Same destiny? What do we need to understand about questions? First of all, as every sentence, we start a sentence in English with a capital letter, as you can see here, did. And you see that the question mark appears only at the end. So we don't write, as in Spanish, we don't write an introductory question mark. No, we always write one at the end. All right? Good. Now, look at the expression, big mistake. And it has an exclamation mark only at the end. In English, we have an exclamation mark just in the same way we have a question mark only at the end. Good. Remember that. Now, they lived, worked, and played together. I have this example here for you because they, in English, have the tendency to add an extra comma before the word and when we have a series of three or more. That is something that not every native speaker uses, and we call that the Oxford comma. We use a comma before a series of three, before the word and. I personally use it when we have phrases, when we're connecting phrases, but I mean, we have, let's say, they lived together, comma, worked together, comma, and played together, because we're using phrases, not individual words. I always use it there. But many people like to use that even if we are just separating simple words like lived, worked, and played together. So for simplicity's sake, for the sake of simplicity, in order to promote simplicity and some standard way of using that Oxford comma, we are going to keep it before the word and. All right? But in the end, later, when you have more experience, you are welcome to just use it the way I use it personally. But that doesn't mean that I am right and everybody else is wrong. It's just some preferences. And like me, many people do it that way. All right? So, but that is something standard in the punctuation of English. And I have something that is very, very important here, and it's when we are quoting text. As you can see, we have these quotation marks, and as you can see, when we end the statement inside the quotation marks, we have a period inside the quotation marks. In Spanish, we place the period or the comma after the quotation mark. In English, we keep it inside. Remember that, please. So that's going to be something different for you to work on. All right, thank you very much for paying attention to that, because that's going to be important in your writing in English. Now let's focus on some problematic sounds that we have about consonants in English. So when these sounds appear, especially consonant sounds, we may think, oh, we have the same consonants in Spanish, so that's easy for us. But no, I'm going to point out some things that many speakers of Spanish forget when pronouncing English. And here I have some examples for you. When they say the word all, remember that the sound L is softer in English. It's not all, it's all. All right? Shoe, when we say shoe, it is very soft. It's not chu, it's shoe. Right? The letter X, similar to Spanish, but sometimes it is pronounced eggs. Eggs planes. It's not X planes, but most of the times it's eggs. Unless, like in the word next, when we have one, we call that voiceless sound. When we have a T, for example, at the end, after next, we say next. It's like ks, not gz, like in eggs planes. All right, next. So at the end of a word, it may be just box, next. But in the middle of a word, it could be just eggs, like the sound for G and a letter Z, eggs. And that leads me to the sound of the consonant S. In English, many times, it's going to be Z, not S. Explains. Why? Because before the letter S, we have something that we call a voiced sound. A voiced sound is the sound that makes our vocal cords vibrate. For example, the letter N, if you pronounce N and you place your hand here, you will see that there's some vibration. Explains. And if there's a vowel sound or a voiced consonant in English, we pronounce the S. And then we have the letter S, we pronounce it Z, not S. All right? You see? Several details to take into account. Let's look at these words. Found, we have the final D sound in English. Many Spanish speakers pronounce it as a T, like found. It's not found, it's found. But be careful when you're pronouncing that T at the end of lost. For example, we just say lost, not lost. We have to make the extra effort to pronounce it at the end. The letter H many times will be just like a soft J for us. Happily. happily, perhaps, and there are some words like honor and honest in which the letter H is mute, is silent. It's not mute, we are mute. It is silent. Honest, honor. All right? Now, look at this word, every day. There are 3 consonant sounds that we have to be careful with. Every, the letter V in English is pronounced showing our teeth as if we were biting our lower lip. Every, not every, no, every. Now, the letter R is very soft in English. Every, not every, no, every day. For day, we, with our tongue, we touch the back of our teeth. Day, not day, is day, every day. All right? When we are pronouncing the past tenses of regular verbs in English, like married, lived, happened, remember that final D sound. Words that have a voiceless sound before ed are pronounced with a T sound, like finished. We don't say finish. It's too hard to pronounce a voiceless sound after a voiced sound. So finished, right? Worked. Every time we have th, our tongue sticks out in between our teeth. The, them, that, mother, godmother. All right? And same thing happens when we say everything. Our tongue sticks out, but we don't say everything, we say everything. And that thing, that sound for th is, as a Spanish from Spain, z, like that sound, everything. That G, that final G also is soft, is not everything. Many Spanish speakers pronounce it as a K, is a G, everything, and it's very soft. Initial W, we're almost there. Initial W is challenging for many Spanish speakers, and it's soft. Went, not gwent. Yes, it's went, wonder. Right? And we have some silent consonant sounds, like in no, we don't say k, no, or right, no. No, right, might, castle. There is no T pronounced in castle. And that GH combination is silent many, many times. Finally, with this we end this section. The combination of TU is always pronounced chu, close to chu in English, like situation. We don't say situation, no, situation. We say congratulations. We don't say congratulations, no, congratulations, situation. Education, DU is pronounced ju, education. Individual, we don't say individual, no, individual. All right? Pay attention to those sounds, and your Spanish is not going to interfere with the way you pronounce English. Okay? Be attentive to those. We have a very short practice, and the practice is to add the punctuation of the following sentences and pronounce them according to what you have learned in this lesson. That's pretty simple. And I have just these 4 statements. Ooh, they don't have capital letter at the beginning, you know that. And they don't have an ending punctuation mark there, so you need to add it. So why don't you think about them, pause my video for a moment, complete the activity, and I will see you in a moment. All right, I hope that you have your answers, and here are the correct answers. Look at the spelling of this. Do is capital D. Do you want to hear an amazing story? It's a question, so the question mark goes at the end. All right? Next, she said, I will help you, but I didn't believe her. So there are several ideas there that are combined into one sentence. She said, we need a comma there, a comma before a quotation in the middle of a sentence. She said, I will help you. That I is always capital. She said, comma, I will help you, and you need a comma before the ending quotation mark there. I will help you, but I didn't believe her. So we need an ending period there. And finally, oh no, not I'm sorry. The next one. Thank you very much. And we need an exclamation mark there. That's great. Another one only at the end of the idea. Finally, we have a cat, comma, a dog, comma, and a hamster. That's it, using the Oxford comma there. Thank you very much for adding the punctuation there. And now the pronunciation, I would like you to practice it as you listen to the pronunciation by the native speaker. Repeat after him, please. I am pausing my video for you to practice your pronunciation.
Do you want to hear an amazing story? She said, I will help you, but I didn't believe her. Thank you very much. That's great. We have a cat, a dog, and a hamster.
All right. Thank you very much for doing the punctuation exercise and for practicing your pronunciation, especially of problematic consonant sounds for Spanish speakers. Thank you very much for your hard work, and I will see you in the next video.